Okay, this is lesson 4.25, module 4, lesson 25, and your learning goal is to be able to divide a whole number by a unit fraction. And as you remember, a unit fraction is any fraction where the numerator is 1. So 1/2 is a unit fraction, 1/10 is a unit fraction, 1/102 is a unit fraction. All that it takes to be a unit fraction is that your numerator is 1. So today we're going to take a whole number, any whole number like 27 or something, and divide it by any one of your unit fractions. Okay, here it says Jenny buys 2 pounds of pecans. If she puts 2 pounds of nuts in each bag, how many bags can she make? Well, if we draw a tape diagram right now and show that this is 2 pounds, this is 1 pound, and this is 2 pounds. If she wants to put all 2 pounds into a bag, well, she can only make 1 bag because all of these 2 pounds will be going into 1 bag. This time it says that Jenny buys 2 pounds of pecans and she puts 1 pound in each bag. So here, if this is 1 pound, that would be 1 bag. And if this is another pound, that would be another bag. So altogether, there are 2 bags that she can make this time. This time it says that Jenny still has 2 pounds of pecans, but she puts half a pound in each bag. So that means that if this is right here, if this is 1 pound over here, and this is another pound, that means that this 1 pound, there are 2 halves in this 1 pound, because here's 1/2, and here's another half. Well, same thing with this pound over here. Here's 1/2, and here's another half. That means she can make 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. Another way to show this is with the number line down here. We can show that from here to here is 1/2, here to here is 2 halves, or otherwise known as 1 pound. Here's 3 halves, and here's 4 halves. So altogether, in 2 pounds, there are 4 half-size sections that fit. So Jenny can make 4 bags in this scenario. If I wanted to represent that using a division equation, I could show that I have 2 pounds of pecans, and I want to divide them into half-size portions. And remember, we were able to see that there were 4 half-size portions inside the 2 pounds. Here we have our whole number divided by a unit fraction. By using that model, we were able to see that 2 divided by 1/2 equals 4. Back to Jenny. Now, she still has 2 pounds of pecans, so let's draw those. Here's 1, and there's 2, so that's 2 pounds. And this time she's putting them into 1/3 size bags. So basically, we're trying to figure out if I have 2 pounds of pecans and I divide it into 1/3 size sections, how many sections do I have? So I can use a number line to help me. At the very beginning, I have 0/3. And over here, this is 1 pound, right? It lines up with this, so this is 1 pound. 1 pound is the same as 3/3. So if I go along the way, here's 1/3, here's 2/3, and there's 3/3. 1 and 1/3 would be 4/3, 5/3, and of course, I'll finish my 2 pounds at 6/3. So therefore, here would be the portion for 1 bag, 1/3, 2 bags, and 3 bags. 4 bags, 5 bags, and 6 bags. So in this case, she could make 6 bags. 2 divided into 1/3 size portions is 6. Another way to think about this is in 1 pound, which would be from here to here, if I want to split them into thirds, there are 3/3, oops, let me change to the pen, 3/3 in 1 whole. But in this case, we have 2 wholes. So then in 2 wholes, there would be 6/3 in 2 wholes. So when we do 2 divided by 1/3, it's like we're asking how many 1/3 sized pieces can we fit into 2 wholes. And in this case, we can fit 6. This is a similar problem. Now, Jenny has 2 pounds once more. So there's 1 pound and there's the second pound. I'm going to label the whole thing as 2 pounds. But this time, she wants to figure out how many bags she can make if she's going to put 1/4 of a pound in each bag. So if I were to draw my number line, at the very beginning, she has 0/4. I go 1/4 of the way, 2/4, which would be exactly half, right? 3/4, and then 4/4, which would be finishing up 1 pound. So in 1 pound, 2, 3, there are 4/4 in 1 pound. Well, then that means that in 2 pounds, there must be 8/4. What this is telling me, the number sentence would be 2 pounds divided into 1/4 size sections would be 8 total bags. Just to reiterate, when we divide a whole number by a unit fraction, we're seeing how many groups of that fraction we can fit into the number. So when we were dividing 2 into 1/2 size portions, we were seeing how many half-size portions we can fit into 2 wholes. Well, because there are 2 halves in 1 whole, there are 4 halves in 2 wholes. Same thing over here. When we were dividing into thirds, we were seeing how many third-sized portions could fit into 2 wholes. Well, because there are 3 thirds in 1 whole, we know that altogether in 2 wholes there are 6 thirds. Finally, when we look at the fourths, we know that in 1 whole there are 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 4. That would be 1 whole. And then so in 2 wholes there are 8/4 sized pieces. In this problem, it says that Tien wants to cut 1/4 foot lengths from a board that is 5 feet long. How many boards can he cut? Okay, so we're trying to figure out how many boards he can cut all together. We know he has 5 feet of boards all together, but he wants to end up with pieces that are 1/4 of a foot long. So if this is his entire board, we know that it is 5 feet long. Okay, now we can show that there's 1 foot there, 2, 3, 4, and 5 feet all together. If he wants to cut them into 1/4 foot lengths, if I take this 1, I know that there are 4/4 in 1, so that's how he would be cutting the wood. And I can show that each of these is 1/4 of a foot. So in this foot right here, he can cut 4 pieces because there are 4/4. So once again, if I started with 5 total feet, and I want to divide it into 1/4 sized pieces, based on my drawing here, I can see that I would end up with 20 pieces that are each 1/4 of a foot long. So Tien can cut 20 boards.